This is a channeled message, a channeled card pull on such important themes of uncertainty, being faced with a new decision, a fork in the road, feeling stuck, choosing a new pattern for greater freedom within yourself and in your relationships, especially in romantic relationships. If you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling uncertain, if you've been feeling like there's a pattern that wants to shift within you and you don't know what to do and you don't know where to look and you don't know how to move, this channeled message is for you. Enjoy. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a channeled card pull for you today. I felt the call to pull out the cards and see what wanted to come through. I have no idea what's going to come through in this guidance. I just felt the nudge that maybe something wants to come through to help support you on your path right now. You know, I also want to say this important piece. Like, you always know your truth. You always know what is true for you. And so what I'm going to share here, my hopes, my intention is to help you come home deeper and closer to that truth. If something does not resonate for you, then don't take it. But I always encourage in this work that no matter what you are receiving, whether it's from the cards, whether it's, you know, sitting down in meditation, whether it's in conversation with a friend and something external in your life, you always need to go here and take in what that piece is and how does it resonate for you on a deeper level. That is how we learn how to live our life in greater truth. Because everything that is showing up for you is an invitation for you to deepen into this truth that's already here. You know, and this is something that came up in a reading today with a client where she said, these were already pieces that I was feeling or that I was trying to navigate or that were showing up for me. And essentially what the reading was able to do, and this is always what I hope it can do, is help you come home deeper to what is already showing up for you and help you create greater discernment in what is showing up for you to help you navigate your own path with greater trust and connection. So, without further ado, let's see what wants to come through. Okay, some of the big themes already that I can feel that are showing up in these cards. I've got the No Place Like Home card, so I'm going to show them to you first and then I'll explain to you the story that's coming through. I've got the Yin card, Fork in the Road, Why, Deep Knowing. You are in a process right now, a deep initiation of starting to filter out pieces that are not for you, that are not in greatest alignment for you. You're in a process of coming home deeper within yourself, of beginning to see that there are certain things in your life that are not in connection with who you truly are on a deeper level. There are things in your life, feels like especially relationships, that are not in deepest alignment with your greatest authenticity, with who you truly are on a deeper level. And so you're in this process of trying to navigate these relationships, feels like especially a romantic relationship. The Yin card is telling me that you're being asked to shift out of your typical pattern of doing, of maybe doing things all on your own, of maybe taking control or feeling more in control in relationships by doing so much for other people. There's this savior mentality, or if I can do everything for everyone, that allows me to feel safer within myself. And so you're being invited to actually slow down and do less in these relationships, to take a step back and to also really be able to see that there is this pattern that goes on for you in relationships where you are that person for so many people, or for this, in this romantic relationship especially, where you are this person, you do so much for others, and it gets you into this place of exhaustion, it gets you into this place of depletion, it gets you into this place of overwhelm, because it's a lot to carry. It's not necessarily even that some people don't want to be able to do it, it's that you just take it on naturally. It is this pattern that you have, and so you're in the process of being invited to step back and reevaluate where you just naturally always are taking action and always are doing the things out of familiarity and out of safety. The fork in the road tells me that, you know, you're being given this opportunity, yes, to shift this pattern, but you're being faced with some really big decisions here, and I'm seeing that it's actually been taking a toll on you. Could be with health, could be with chronic health conditions, maybe things to do with your adrenals, like adrenal fatigue. But you're almost being forced, like I'm feeling this energy of being forced with the fork in the road. You're being forced to make a new decision, to take a new path, one that you are not used to walking, one that feels unfamiliar. There's the path that you usually take that feels familiar, that feels safe, where the ego is saying, you might not even be aware of what your ego is saying, but that it just feels comfortable. And then there's this other path that you've never really taken before, that involves new decisions, that involves showing up in new energy, that involves shifting into a new pattern, one that actually allows for greater ease, one that actually allows for more fun, for more space, for you to have greater capacity. This new path, it's going to feel uncomfortable. The fork in the road, the reason why you're kind of at this place is because there is a part of you that's like, well, what if I took that path, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels unfamiliar? What if I began to explore a new way of showing up in my life, in my relationships, where I wasn't the person that took it all on, where I'm not the savior for everybody or for select relationships, romantic especially? What if I chose a new path? What if I chose a new way of showing up for myself? So this fork in the road, it feels like you're really trying to figure this out. You might not even be aware that you're at this fork in the road. You might just be aware that there's a lot of resistance. You might be aware that there's a lot of confusion, that you're kind of at this standstill in your life. And that's part of the fork in the road, is because you're being asked to look at a different way, to look at a new path, a new way of being, a new journey, a new road to walk, which is really a new way of showing up in your life and in relationship. And so the why card, what they want to say here is, if you're having a hard time, if you're feeling like you're at this standstill, if you're feeling like you're in this uncertainty, if you're feeling like you're stuck, recognizing that this new pattern wants to be created, that this new path wants to be walked, that this new way of being wants to be explored. And if you're feeling stuck, it's about exploring why. Like, where does this come from? Why do I have this pattern? Why do I show up in this way? So I can hear Sal clickety clackety all over the patio. Why do I show up this way? Familial patterns, looking at how you grew up, looking at your childhood, looking at the dynamics that you imprinted growing up that feel familiar to you. And this could be your mom, This could be that way that your parents showed up in relationship. This could be the ways that society, that you were conditioned to believe that you had to show up. This could be past pain you experienced that then a protector, a part of you was formed that shows up in this way to help you feel safe. So it's about getting curious. There is some work here that you need to do in getting curious with this pattern that you've had in order to be able to begin to shift out of it. Because I am telling you, there is this freedom that is waiting for you on the other side of this piece. There is this expansion. There is this exhale in your system. That is waiting for you on the other side of this pattern. That is waiting for you when you begin to choose a new path. When you begin to choose a new way of showing up, when you begin to choose a new way of being, there is this freedom that is waiting for you. Do you want to feel that? Are you ready to feel that? Have you been desiring to feel that? This comes down to you choosing a new way. You know, the deep knowing card, you know that you want this. You know that you desire this. And part of what occurs with our intuition is it's not always going to feel like the right thing, but on a deeper level, we can sense it, we can feel it. On a deeper level, it's there, it's that deeper nudge. Looking at the last few months, because it feels like this desire you've become more aware of it. And it might not be like an awareness of like, oh, I think about this every day and I want it. No, this desire could be actually showing up through the resistance. This desire could be showing up through your body. This desire could be showing up through the things that aren't going great, that you're like, I'm so sick and tired of this. I'm done with this. Well, that's because on a deeper level, you're ready to shift out of this to have a new experience of what is in greater alignment with who you want to be in your life, with how you want to feel in your life, with what you want to experience. I want to see if there's just any other cards that want to come through. Maybe one more card as something that you can be really tapping into as you move forward through this piece. I'm not going to pull all of those. This one at the top was was kind of like shaky there. The flexible card. You have to be open to a new way of doing things. You have to be open to becoming more flexible, to stretching yourself out of what is comfortable. You have to be open to what isn't familiar. You know, I'm getting this sense that like this comfortable, familiar pattern for you, you're done with it. And you're ready to stretch beyond that. You're ready to create greater capacity to experience more of what you truly desire. And the reason why this feels so sticky, the reason why it feels so confusing, is because it's time to change this. It's time to shift this. It's time to expand into a greater potential for you. So you have a choice to make here. You have a choice to make. It's time to shift, my friend. You've got this.